The Center for Biological Diversity reports that the Obama administration's just announced plans to revise the national offshore oil drilling plan that, while protecting areas off Florida and the Atlantic seaboard, will leave drilling in critical polar bear habitat off Alaska on the table. The new proposed plan, covering the years 2012 through 2017, is virtually the same as the Bush administration's plan, which was struck down as unlawful by courts. Interior Secretary Ken Salazar also announced he is moving forward with plans to allow the Shell Corporation to drill off the coast of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge next summer. Brendan Cummings of the Center for Biological Diversity said, quote, "While protecting the fragile coasts of Florida and the Atlantic is important, there is no excuse for continuing to consider drilling in polar bear critical habitat off the coast of Alaska. If the risk of an oil spill is too great for Florida, it is also certainly too great for Alaska." Oil development in the Beaufort and Chukchi Seas, home to all of America's polar bears, is strongly opposed by conservation groups because no technologies exist to clean up oil spills in icy waters. Oil development in the Beaufort Sea would likely also be visible from the shores of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. The plan would allow drilling on existing leases in the Chukchi and Beaufort Seas, while the remainder of these areas would be subject to additional leasing following further environmental studies. Shell's plans to drill in those seas off Alaska in 2010 were put on hold following the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Shell has since proposed to drill in the Beaufort Sea off the coast of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in summer of 2011. Cummings said, quote, "The risk of an oil spill is too great and the consequences to polar bears too high to credibly claim that there will be no significant impacts from drilling in the Arctic. Given the lack of cleanup technology for an oil spill in the Arctic, Interior's decision to move forward with only an environmental assessment before approving Shell's drilling plans demonstrates that all the promised reforms following the Gulf spill apparently ultimately mean nothing for the Arctic."